Hi, I'm Eddie Bravo, and I get emails all the time asking me what's the best jiu-jitsu technique or the best submission against larger opponents. Guys will email me, they tell me, oh, this guy's 50 pounds, heavier than me, he wrestled in college, what do I do? I get those all the time. It's a very common question, and I've answered it a million times. Flying Kung Fu to the Gogoplata. That's the last piece of guard work that's going to work. But today I'm going to address something else. I'm going to address what's the best jiu-jitsu against smaller opponents, and specifically babies. This move works great against babies that can't even walk, because you want to, instead of your traditional underhook here, you want to C-cup their armpits here, right here, because if you don't, they'll just fall apart. So you want to hold them up here, and this is great. This one works awesome against 3 months to 11 months, especially if they can't walk. So from here, once I got the double underhooks here, the special baby modified double underhooks, I'm going to sit back and put my feet on his hips, lift him up in the air, and at this point, I can keep him up here as long as possible. He can't do a damn thing from here. But whenever I'm ready to go, I kick up my right foot, spin him, and bam! I'm on his back. Easy rear naked choke. I could get him into armbar easily from here. Boom! That one's called the baby back hib. Say hi.
Gracie veterano, old family first fam. Taught the world to swing that double-edged sword, it works fam. BJJ from GJJ, like Cool Herc gave birth to what your DJ plays. But despite the lineage, I will never be closed-minded. Refuse to see beyond the lines, you go blind. Rocker travels the 10th planet, I flow free. I'm welcome on mini-mats, gi to no gi. Though my branch traces roots to the original tree. Roots sprouted from the original seed. Water with blood, sweat, and tears, spotlight with sunlight. That tree became a forest, ballet tudo done right. Then Hoist dominated them all in one night. And hate song hasn't been beaten in one fight. Flow with the go, in a hit on and Holly know that to continue to win, we must continue to grow. Let's go!
You can see me for Twitter, Hanacho_Laranja. You can go to that one. It's gonna be good for you. Beleza. Caralho, everybody pay attention. This is Renato Laranja for RenatoLaranja.com. I'm here with my guy. That's Nick Lentz. Caralho, you're looking very good. I've not seen you in person before. I've seen you on camera. You look big, you look tough. But I see you now. I don't know. You looking like that guy come from that show from HBO. It's called Carnival. There's nobody like that show. That's why they canceled that. But I heard you also your nickname. Is it something like why you have a name? What's
Carney.
your nickname?
It's Carney.
That's a Carney.
Yeah.
How come you named it the Carney?
I got it in Japan, man. They just started calling me the Carney because I was good at all the games.
But you was good at games. Like they have carnival games in Japan.
Yeah. Video games, carnival games.
So that's
shit
why
like
you
that.
wear that shirt for Pac-Man.
I suppose so. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I see you was fight with that guy. He have some ginger hair, and his heavy face look like Howdy Judy. That guy's name is Mark Bocciacchi. You know that guy?
Yeah, I know him.
You was to fight that guy.
Yeah, I fought him.
What happened for that?
I beat him up, man. Canadians don't like me, I guess.
You beat that guy. He's a Canadian, but he looking like Howdy Judy, and then he have that decision. He win for you.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's fucked up.
What happened for that? Because you're not in Japan no more. If you was to fight somebody like me, how you gonna approach that?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that it would be pretty easy.
You think that? You think that's gonna be easy for you to do that?
I think so.
I don't think that. Yeah, you're laughing because you're nervous.
You got me. You got me.
Because you can fight some guy, some Chinese guys in Japan, that you think that you tough. And
Chinese guys in Japan.
you're gonna fight that guy in China man. But I have some different technique than that. And you're gonna find that. You're not playing some video games, no more like that. And that's funny for you to laugh. And you think you don't have none of your boys. You don't have those Chinese guys have you back now. So you're here. You is in my world now. You're in the cage.
The cage is your world? You got a gi on, man.
That's right. Because I have some basics, not like you. These guys, you think you're gonna be with the Edge Bravo. Hey man, I'm gonna smoke some marijuana cigarette. I'm gonna lay on my back. I'm gonna forget everything. I'm gonna make some moves. Have a lot of funny names like that. You like that because you go on the computer and make some video games. You like to play World Crafty, and you like to be an ogre. I have 15 hit points. I'm a sage. I come with my thing like that. It's a walking stick and come out some laser beam. Oh, I'm gonna talk stuff for the internet. I'm gonna be on the forums. Oh, I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm a tough guy like that. I'm gonna be the UFC. Nobody care about that. I was in jungle fights. I was heroes for a long time. That's the kid stuff. And you can play, you role play, can do all that stuff. Don't mean nothing for me. Because I have more hit points than you. You're gonna remember that. I'm through with you. Get out from my cage.
All right, man. You got me. You win.
Caralho.
Step right up, the stage is set, the fucking horse is never dead. Just need to res, you did your best, I got it done. You swallow pride, I made a come. Now that's
All right, guys. Over the last month, we've been really getting just basic guard recovery drills, basic side control recovery, and the most important, mount escape. Side control escape, mount escape, and north-south escape. And we're attaching passing to it too, and a sweep, but generally more passing. The focus really on these warm-ups we've been doing is the side control escape and the mount escape. Very, very important. And we've been focusing a lot on them just to get everybody on the same page, but basically we're going to run through them, we're going to inject it into the warm-up curriculum. And so far we have the Granby warm-ups that we blast through. We should blast through them in 10 minutes tops, all the Granbys. You know, and since moving to tap out, we have to get everybody on the same page. And just, so sometimes it takes a whole class just to get through the whole Granby series. And then we also have the Hail Mary series warm-ups where we're doing rolling Kimura, the Marcella team, the straight ankle up. Warm up with those Hail Mary submissions that are very, very important. We mix that in. And also the passing stand-up warm-ups. That's the third one. I'm not too sure we even videotape that. But today we're going to videotape the fourth series, which is, like I mentioned, all the side control escapes and the most important mount escape and north-south escape. We haven't got these on video yet, but today we're going to get them on video to get everybody in the association on the same page. My goal is to have at least 8 different warm-ups that cover all the basics. That everything is so basic that we could add them to the warm-ups in the beginner curriculum as well. So whether it's the beginners or the advanced we keep hitting the basics over and over, and then after we blaze through any one of these warm-up drills that should last, again, 10, 15 minutes tops, then we get into the lesson of the day, whether it's going to be rubber guard, spiral guard, mount, back techniques. We got to get these warm-ups done and blaze through them really, really quick. Today, I'm going to put them on film. This is the 4th set. I already have the other 4 already written out. So the goal is to have, for me, I teach Monday through Thursday. And the goal is to have 1 for each day for 2 weeks. So it'd be a 2-week cycle where we'll hit the Granby on Monday, we'll hit the Hail Marys on Tuesday, we'll hit the standing passing on Wednesday, we'll hit these escapes on Thursday, and then there's going to be more. They're all ready to go. The last month we've just been hammering these just to get all on the same page so that we could add them to the curriculum and just blaze through them and not spend the whole class on them. All right? So, again, let me use Zach. Zach and John here are future moon heads of 10th Planet Allentown, which is probably set to go pretty damn soon. If any of you guys watched Mastering the System episode, is it 48 with the sub-only tournament? 48. We had most of that episode, or a lot of it took place in Rochester, where we filmed the East Coast training camp, 8-man submission-only tournament, and it went awesome, and Zach got into the finals. He was a Ronin. I didn't even know really who he was, but apparently he's been working on the 10th Planet System for a couple years at least?
A couple years, yeah. I came out and trained the Lentz a couple times, seminars out and out.
Yeah, I'm doing seminars all over the place. It's going to take me 3 meetings to finally go, oh, you. Then it's going to take the 5th meeting to finally get you in. It happens all the time. When you see so many faces, you end up not remembering anybody. Same thing with the UFCs. I did so many UFCs. I worked for 8 years. I don't know the difference between UFC 88 and UFC 122. I don't know any of them. You tell me, remember UFC 113? I met you was in Montreal. I have no idea what fights were even on that card. I don't remember. You see so many that you don't remember any of them at all. I see fights all. I'm like Ryan Bader against Machida. I'm like, they fought? I didn't know. I analyzed that fight. And like all these fights that I went through with a microscope, and I don't remember them at all. Gotta go back. And it's a beautiful thing because I get to watch them again. Cool. I have no idea who wins. Especially the undercard where you got these no-namer guys on the prelims. I can go back and brand new fight. 90% of those fights I have no idea. Anyways, my memory is shot. So he shows up at East Coast training camp and he entered the tournament. We needed a guy. All 7 guys were from actual 10th Planet affiliates. We needed an open spot. He jumps in. He gets to the finals against Scott Yoakum. And it was an amazing match. He got caught in the leg lock, right? Yeah. But it was a great fight. And from that point on, I'm going to remember him forever, just based on that. Turns out, he reminded me that he came to HQ a couple of years ago. I don't even remember. So many guys come through. I apologize. But now he's part of the family. 10 Planet Allentown's about to bust out. So the first flow of the 4th set of warm-ups is we're going to start off with a hip bump sweep, but the focus really is on the mount escape. Einstein, one of my black belts, got caught. He got caught in the mount in a tournament, and he couldn't escape. His mount escape wasn't very good, and he got stuck, and that just burned in his soul. And he got really good just at this basic, most important mount escape in probably all of jiu-jitsu. And he just did it over and over and over again, and it's very hard to keep Einstein mounted. He's going to escape. And it's all about numbers. You do this 5,000 times, you won't really have to worry about being mounted. if you're really good at just this one. We're gonna start it off with the hip bump escape. Joe Bob, can you take a little bit? Settle down just a little bit, please. I'm videotaping for NBC. Tell them it's for we got a pilot. We know some guys. It's gonna go. We're pretty sure.
It's gonna go.
We know some guys. Got some meetings. Joe Rogan said he might do it. Anyways, we're gonna attach this hip bump sweep, which is very important, especially in MMA. Because in MMA, you know me. I think the best thing to do is to clinch up and hit him with some rubber guard in MMA so he can't hit you. But if you can't clinch up, you can't break him down, you're open for punches right here. So if you can't break him down, you gotta get here. Either you're gonna use this, right here, you can't get hit, you're gonna use this to sit back for a Kimura, or you're gonna use this initial thrust to sit back for a guillotine, or you're gonna use that initial thrust where he's gonna defend and push you back because he doesn't want to get swept. He push you back, now we break his posture. So that initial move is massive, huge. Whether you get the sweep or not, it doesn't matter. You're out of harm's way here, and you have a Kimura, you can come back for a guillotine, you can come back for some rubber guard, you can come back flying chill dog. The main thing here is I'm not getting hit. So in MMA, Christy, if you can't break him down for rubber guard, you better get up here. Get the hell out of the way. It's huge. And Richie Rich, purple belt from Vista, he is so good at this sweep. And he's hit it in MMA. He's had 2 or 3 MMA matches. He's already hitting it beautifully. Because his breakdance will get him up here quick. This is the first move, right here. All right, so if I can get the sweep off, I'm in the mount, so huge. So the first step, full guard, here. If I could overhook this arm, it's beautiful. If he has his arms T-Rexed, you might just barely be able to get in here. But that's fine, even if it fails. He's not hitting me here. And I can come back for a guillotine. Guillotine fails, you can do it 100% as well. So we're gonna just take the
Aim for the head, go for the throat. 1 for the money and 2 for the show. Shooting like stars to travel the globe. Zooming your view like a Truman alone. Root of the bone, roof getting blown. All for this motherfucker burying my soul. Now that you know, take it in stride. Nobody's gonna make it out alive. You're probably gonna wanna pray to Christ. Take a moment to breathe and heed advice. Weaving these webs to seeds and lies. Attracts every angle, creed and type. I knew that I couldn't believe the hype. I knew I had to see it in a different light. I knew I gotta do whatever I gotta do to make a difference and make it my revenue. Hard times held quiet kept. When they caught in the grind, it's a tiny mess. When it's stretching in time to apply for a check. Eating the chest of a civil unrest. Sick of the symptoms, so tired to rest. Proceed with persistence, push to progress. Cease to believe in dreams, might as well be mentally deceased. Might as well just learn to like defeat. You only get one chance to be unique. Every fan that felt the fucking beat. I'll spit my flow to feel you speak. Just let the song that's on the scene. Just let it go until you're free. I'm that reckless, balls to the air. Just when you thought we were out of our minds, we're up in the ball and ahead of our time. Like those shining kids. Moving ahead of the pack, refusing to lose.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bravo, and welcome to This Week in Brown Belts. This week, my guest is Ryan Fortin, Moonhead from 10 Planet Vista. Ryan had the most spectacular performance out of all the 10 Planet Warriors, and this brown belt is overdue. He's been holding down the fort at 10 Planet Vista, making me very proud, bringing up some killers. I mean, 10 Planet Vista got some destroyers, and this is just the beginning. In between Gio, Richie, and all these guys, Kyle, Jesus Christ.
Man. Just had a 2-year anniversary.
2-year anniversary. We're just starting, man. This is just the beginning. We're just practicing. You know? Wait till every Moonhead is a black belt. Right now, we got blue belts and purple belts running moons. Couple brown belts. This is just the beginning. All right, so a big round of applause, Ryan Fortin.
Why is it that there exists so many goddamn religions?
Bravo Radio, top motherfucker. Whatever. Oh, Eddie Bravo.
That. The next one, probably top 2, maybe number 1 in passing as far as the principle. When you're passing a guard, you either can go around his legs, you can go underneath. You could cartwheel, fly over, or you can just focus on slicing your knee through. And that's what I meant by the number 1 principle of passing, is being able to slice your knee through. Go around, slice the knee through, fly over, go underneath and scoop them. And then you start going back and forth, like a pinball machine. He stops the underneath pass, so then we go over. We try to cut through with our knee. He stops us here, so we go around. Basic principles. If I'm on top here, I'm trying to pass the ball. That's the name of the game. If I'm playing football, I'm trying to march down the field. I'm not trying to go back the other way. I might go on this way. If we're playing jiu-jitsu, I gotta get past his legs. And the only other instance where you're not trying to pass the guard is if we're sitting back for footlocks. That's it. We're either going to attack his legs or we're going to pass the guard. Generally, we want to pass the guard all the time. Most of the time. You sit back for leg locks. If that's all you do and you can't pass, leg locks aren't always reliable in competition. They're not. Some guys just can take the pain and won't tap. So you're like, Einstein's got an amazing Achilles lock. His squeeze, he just crushes legs. He competed at the Gracie Nationals. He had that guy in 3 or 4 different footlocks, and the guy didn't even budge. That happens. Some guys don't tap the leg locks. What are you going to do? That's your whole game. Most of the guys you're tapping in class, most of the guys in class have jobs. You know what I mean? They're like, I got a kid. Don't bust my knee. I got to work. So you're like, oh, yeah, man, I'm tapping everybody in class. Yeah. Like, yeah. Right, but they don't always work in competition. Dudes will take that shit. So you gotta have passing. You gotta have game where you attack the neck. You gotta have that. If you only have leg locks, I think it's gonna come back and bite you in the ass. Leg locks are awesome.
Very dangerous. I hate going against guys that tackle my legs. I'm not one of those guys that silent tackle. I'd be tackled. I'd be tackled. I can't. I wish there was something you could do. If there was like a machine, you put your leg in 30 minutes a day, in 6 months you'll be unleg lockable. Let's invent that machine. Even if it works, it doesn't matter. Market it right. By the time people figure it out, it's a mental thing anyways. It's like how are you going to prove it in court? You know what I mean? Your Honor, I've had 3 breaks in my ankles since I got this machine that Ryan Drexler invented. Anyways, if there's a machine like that, tell me about it, all right? So I'm going to attack the love box, but again, my point is 90% of the time you want to pass. If you can pass and attack his neck, why are you going to sit back for a leg lock? You probably could have passed and went after his neck. If a dude resists a good choke and doesn't tap, he's going to sleep. That's the beautiful thing about going after the neck. They're adrenaline proof, all right? So we've got to master the art of passing. Every wrestler in the UFC has got to master the art of passing. And that's what's lacking with all these top wrestlers is they're not that good at passing. There's not very many of them. Some are getting good. John Fitch is getting good. Sean Shirt was the best at passing. Best wrestler to pass the guard. Sean Shirt, watch him. He just needed to add squeezing of the necks to his repertoire. But passing is huge. And the better you are at passing by slicing your knee through, that's the best. That's probably the best way. The guys, there's someone that just gets obsessed with slicing their knee through. Those guys are going to, not only are they going to pass open guard easier, but also when you're caught in full guard here, this is the hardest way to slice through with your knee, is he's in full guard. If he had open guard, it's easy. You just start right here and slice, bam, just bust through here and just attack and try to make it through. You might get your foot caught in quarter, but man, you're 3/4 of the way through. This is a good spot right here. We're almost, all you gotta do is just pop this out. Depending on how good his quarter guard is, you know, that's a great strategy, great initial strategy to pass. My first thought is I'm gonna slice through until he stops that. If he stops that, then we gotta go around. Okay, so around, slice through, underneath, cartwheel, basic shit. Gotta pass the guard. So that if you can get really good at passing by slicing your knee through in full guard, then all the open guard knee slicing is so much easier. This is the hardest because my knee is not in a position to go up his ass. It's too high up, either one. So I gotta stretch him out and get really good at putting my knee right up his ass. And the initial control here is bicep control here. We're trying to stretch him out. Bicep control, my elbows are tight here. If he pulls my...
Ponad limit kategorii średniej 84 kg, to jest 86,5 kg. A zatem Matt Horwich, który będzie toczył jubileuszową 50. walkę, to ten długowłosy, zdecydowanie wyższy zawodnik w czarnych spodenkach i Harry Martin, jak on się zaprezentuje po tych 13 miesiącach nieobecności.
Przechwycił już nogę swojego rywala. Terry Martin walczy teraz o to, aby ten uchwyt zerwać Matt Horwich, ale nie sądzę, aby tutaj walka z pleców sprawiała jakiekolwiek problemy Horwichowi, bo to jest naprawdę rewelacyjny grappler, tak jak wspomniałeś, czarny pas w brazylijskim jiu-jitsu, nadany zresztą przez Ediego Bravo, a więc ten brazylijski luz to na pewno domena Matta Horwicha.
I już w tej chwili Horwich jest na górze, jego rywalem w bardzo trudnej sytuacji. Tu wszystko będzie chyba zależało od...
mu powrót do stójki, ale już tam plecy wpina, przykleja się mocno i ciasno, nie działa na jego korzyść, idzie po dźwignię na łokieć, teraz Matt Horwich podnosi pozycję, niebezpiecznie Martin, a długie nogi Horwicha sprzyjają, aby próbować takich technik jak trójkąt nogami, który teraz próbuje do dźwignia na łokieć trójkąta, niczym Antonio Rodrigo nogę i raz bardziej kolemanem. W ten sam sposób Horwich idzie po zwycięstwo.
Ręka, ale jeszcze nie ma przeprostu, jakże
Ciosami, a na pewno liny pomagają tutaj troszeczkę Horwichowi poprawić pozycję. Tak jest.
Znów pięcie, znów jest
Jak się ma czarny pas od Ediego Bravo, to ta gumowa garda nie sprawia kłopotów, umie bezwzględnie walczyć Tak ekwilibrystycznie Matt Horwich.
Zostawił Martin prawą rękę.
Tak, ale sprytnie ciałem teraz dociska Horwicza, aby ten nie wkręcił się do omoplaty. Taka dźwignia bardzo rzadko spotykana w MMA, trudna technicznie, ale jak najbardziej do wykonania. I dobrze o tym właśnie wie Terry Martin, nie pozwalając teraz wysiąść niejako tej pozycji Horwiczowi. Chociaż. O, jeżeli ta stopa powędruje na szyję, a z drugiej strony ręce będą ściągały za potylicę, głowę i czoło do klatki piersiowej, to byśmy mieli gogo platę, jeżeli taka technika znalazłaby się w arsenale technik kończących w Federacji KSW. To wielkie brawa. Gogo plata nie, ale omoplata.
I słyszą Państwo, jak doskonale publiczność zna się na tej parterowej walce. Jeszcze kilka...
I poprawia, cały czas poprawia, wyginając tą prawą rękę Terry'ego Martina. Matt Horwich. Widzimy teraz, jak ta prawa ręka jest już mocno wygięta. Ale cały czas jeszcze siłą chyba woli broni to Terry Martin.
Bezpieczeństwo.
A udało się wyciągnąć. Krótkie ramię Terry'ego Martina po raz kolejny, ale jest dosiad i teraz rozpędza ciosy Matt Horwich.
I od razu Martin ucieka na brzuch. W tej chwili przyjmuje te ciosy w głowę. Chyba powinien klepać. Nie, to Piotr Bagiński przerywa pojedynek. Zwycięstwo Matta Horwicha w jubileuszowej 50. walce.
Ladies and gentlemen, winner by referee stoppage, Matt Horwich.
We're here at the Tap Out Gym on the corner of Pico and Grand in downtown LA. You can park across the street over there. See that parking lot right there? Just leave your car there. After 8, you can park on the street. No parking problems here. Enter. Got the weight room here, women's bathroom there. Strongest man in LA right here. Men's bathroom, really nice. Take a quick shot of that. Shower over there. Full size cage. You can have a class in there, it's so big. And the mat's completely wrapped in a cage, which is awesome. There you go. What you waiting for? Zach. This next one, we're going to start from butterfly guard here. Butterfly guard, and remember the guy on the bottom, he's playing butterfly guard. He's never going to play butterfly guard like this. So even though he's the grappling dummy in the first half of this drill, he's still sitting up doing the right things. You're always doing the right things as a grappling dummy. Always. All right? So if I push him down, and then I let him go, he comes back up. He's always like a human spring. Same thing with this butterflies. The butterflies are human springs going out, trying to hook the inside of my legs. So the first thing I gotta do, we're gonna do the flyover pass. And this is a pass. Just tough to fly. So
So anyways, the flyover pass is a long-term project. This one's gonna take a long time. I am just now getting good at this one. I use it a lot and I do it sloppy, been using it for the last couple of years. Not that smooth, but the flyover pass is designed to pass the guard all at once. One big 70-yard bomb. When done correctly, it's beautiful. It's an acrobatic move and it takes a lot of time to get good at it. All right. The reason I got successful at it, not being that smooth at it, is I would try it and I would land in top half. And passing from top half, that's my forte. If I'm in top half, it's on like Donkey Kong. So I would use this bomb just to get halfway through, and then I'm good. So, but ultimately, now I'm starting to get good hip rotation. I'm the least acrobatic guy on the planet. I can't even do a flip off a little diving board in someone's backyard off a pool. I go sideways and I just can't flip. I never did gymnastics. I've always been afraid to do any kind of backflip. I can't do any of that stuff. So this one has taken me a long time to get comfortable with. But now, you know, I've been teaching it so much and I see how important it is because as I teach it, I have students that get better and better at it. And I'm seeing guys that suck at it get really good at it pretty fast. Some guys get fast and I see the ultimate levels. I have a couple students that are amazing at this. And when I see that, like, I want all my boys to have this pass that smooth. So
and girls.
I see what's possible. I'm like, why don't we all get good like that? That's a good one. Because if you can't get underneath, you can't slice the knee through, you can't get around, you can fly over. And it looks like this. All right, so he's got butterfly guard. We're going to settle him down. Same thing, bicep control. I'm just in butterfly guard now. I'm not in his full guard. Bicep control, settling him down. My legs are going to go up and land on this side in judo side control. If my legs land on this side, my head's going to be on this side. If you want your legs to land on that side, your head's got to be on the opposite side. Just remember that. All right? So as I settle him down here, I'm keeping him down flat. My right arm is not going to change. My right arm is staying the same. My left arm is the only one that releases. It's going to
I'm on the run and I don't know where I'm ending up. Trekking the globe makes it hard for me to stay in touch. I'm on the run cause I'm more than just the place I'm from. Taking control of my destiny is number one. I'm on a space trip to another side. Guerrilla tactics, actions louder than flows. With just a fraction of the anti-passive passionate whole. Black mask and a tie. Step right up, the stage is set, the fucking horse is never dead. Just need to res, you did your best, I got it done. You swallow pride, I made her come, now that's commendable. From peasant to president, truth is the best medicine. Screw what you knew better than balancing on the precipice. Skip ahead of the ready set, I'll still be the shit with a speech impediment. Don't engage my vibe until the proper high is settled in. I conquer skies to get a glimpse, they call me God's therapist.
Yes, my sword smoked my blood, it stole my brain. I took it apart, level the blitz were insane.
It's no the pain until I can't feel the flames. I'm still in love with the hate, I feel
my DNA's not the same. Yes, my sword smoked my blood, it stole my brain. I took it apart, level the blitz were insane.
It's no the pain until I can't feel the flames. I'm still in love with the hate, I feel
my DNA's not the same.
break bread with the parasites. No sleep, I'm rolling like a paradise. Like a pair of eyes dilated from an endless high. No lie, man, I'm blinded by all of the bright lights. Trying to focus right, and a killer when I'm on the mic. Can't hold it tight, all night I be taking flight. Self-medicated, I'm feeling alright. Come with me tonight, pocket full of mollies and I'm good tonight. Smoke so much weed, I'm missing green tonight. Feels like I'm floating on the cloud of tonight, right? Yo, I'm slick with this rap shit, rip on a dubstep beat with some real spit, man, I'm out of control. The fuck is the filthiest rapper you know?
Yes, my sword, smoke my blood, stole my brain. Took you to war, level the blitz, we're insane.
It's never the pain until I can't feel the flames. I'm still in love with the hate. I feel
my DNA is not the same. Yes, my sword, smoke my blood, stole my brain. Took you to war, level the blitz, we're insane.
It's never the pain until I can't feel the flames. I'm still in love with the hate. I feel
my DNA is not the same. My sword, smoke my blood, stole my brain. Took you to war, level the blitz, we're insane.
It's never the pain until I can't feel the flames. I'm still in love with the hate. I feel
my DNA is not the same. Yes, my sword, smoke my blood, stole my brain. Took you to war, level the blitz, we're insane.
It's never the pain until I can't feel the flames. I'm still in love with the hate. I feel
my DNA is not the same. My DNA is not the same. My DNA is not the same.
Thank you so much for supporting me. Without you guys, there would be no Sunday in this event. Seriously, I love 10th Planet.
Right, so the submission-only format is not only more exciting, way more exciting for the fans of this match, but for you guys competing, shooting your ass off, throwing the money down, you're not going to get a raw deal. Submission-only. Right? My hope is that these points tournaments, they look like karate points. You know what I mean? You're doing Muay Thai or you want karate. That's my goal. So you're seeing it more and more throughout the world. Submission-only tournaments are popping up. People were afraid. Promoters were afraid to do it. They were like, how did you do submission-only? That's too gangster. We can't do that. Rose came out. It is. Rose did it. She's the one. She is the one who had the balls to come out and make it happen. People would talk about it. It was like submission only would be like some myth. Everyone was afraid. Rose with Javi Vasquez, the rules that were you either submit or you're out. That's the only way. No overtime. It's building and it'll keep building. And we'll get to the point where it's just all the way across the board. Every jiu-jitsu tournament is submission only. And we take the sport to the next level. Then we can put submission only on ESPN. There's no reason why we can't have jiu-jitsu on ESPN. There's dog frisbee on ESPN.
And you know what's ironic is that, and I think about it, and I tell some of the people that are really involved in jiu-jitsu and hardcore in jiu-jitsu, and I explain to them the importance of what Eddie and every single one of you guys is doing, is that you guys, 10th Planet, has turned around and it's helping me save my grandfather's jiu-jitsu. It is absolutely incredible, and I'm very, very appreciative, and I'm very, very grateful.
And also, Gracie for stepping it up with Metamorph. Come on, you gotta give it up to Gracie over here. Gracie, everybody. All right, guys, so thank you guys for coming. Let's build it every year. Let's get to the Gracie world. Let's make a submission only gold medal mean more than anything. And it should. It's science. It does.
It does. It does.
Where's Gracie's ladies and gentlemen? Rose. Big shout out to the illegal Gracie. Without him, none of this would be happening. None of this would be happening. Another big shout out to Hoist Gracie. Without Hoist Gracie, none of this would be happening either. And without Hoist Gracie inventing the UFC, none of this would be happening. Hoist Gracie, everybody.
And drink some Zions. You get off me. I'm gonna send you back to Tijuana where you belong.
There's a place where we can meet. There's a place where we can meet. There's a place where we can meet. There's a place where we can meet.
Okay, now the last one, this one's very similar to the flyover pass, but this one's called the flip-over pass. I don't know what the Brazilians call it, but Brazilians are really good at it. George Oliveira from Gracie, Baja, he crushes with this. It's like the flyover, but it's more controlled. It's like a slinky going over. You're actually going over upside down and landing upside down. And your hands are doing something different too. We're jamming the inside butterfly with our hands. So we start off the same by settling him down, flattening him out, stuffing his butterfly, squeezing my knees together here. And the first step now is left hand grabs his ankle, his inside ankle. We're just going to pin it to his ass. Then we're going to feed it to our other hand here. So with my right hand, I'm jamming his toes, ankle, toes. So here, ankle, toes, and now we're going to, my head's on this side, so my legs are still going to land on this side, but we're landing upside down. All right, this is another one that I'm not that good at. I'm not an acrobat. Just because I'm Mexican don't mean I can flip over the top rope, okay? I'm ashamed of that. I should be able to. But I use this again to get to half guard. This is meant to pass all at once. But when you do it sloppy, you get to half guard, that's really where I want to be. I want to be top half right there. I'm good. That's my forte, getting to top half. All right, so we start off the same here. Ankle, toes. And I got one more promotion as well. This guy is so hardcore 10th Planet, it's sickening. He competes like a fierce warrior. And he's also one of my best all-time friends, and I love him like a twin brother. Victor Davila. He's so hardcore 10th Planet. He's in 10th Planet. I mean, if you'd ever listened to the Spanish broadcasting of the UFC, this guy mentions 10th Planet 100 times each UFC. Each UFC, it's 10th Planet, this 10th Planet, that. No doubt about it. Victor is a black belt, and I mean, he got me in a guillotine like maybe 3 months ago too. He's got me a couple times. He's no joke. He's only 140 pounds, but he's strong as hell. I'm 170, so I should be destroying him. You know, and Victor he's everything I want in a black belt. He's the perfect black belt. And like Ryan said, this is just the beginning.